couple things I've noticed though about Kyle is he has become a real student in an area and is really mastering the art of both interviewing and understanding the various dynamics around real estate investing. And so we were having a conversation about this event, and he is always willing to share. He's very generous. He does these national conference calls all the time. He said, how can I help? He said, you know, I think what would be really cool for people to hear is what you've been learning as you've been interviewing these top performing real estate investors from around the country. And so he said, absolutely, and he's put together a presentation for you today. So let's give a warm welcome, round of applause to Kyle Malnati from Colorado.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah. What I've noticed, and Brandon introed this, that from talking to clients, both in my podcast on YouTube, which I've been doing for about 2 years, interviewing someone about how they're successful in the industry, how they got started, things that they see, different trends within the neighborhoods they work in, but also just over the last 12 years of being a commercial realtor, I've sat kneecap to kneecap with a lot of really successful investors, and I'm wondering what makes them tick. And it's interesting because even though they're coming from different circumstances, different races, different religions, different creeds, different backgrounds, they couldn't be more different. It's actually really hard to nail down, like, here's the perfect investor. But these attributes, these traits continue to come up time and time again. And what I have found is that by observing these individuals that invest in real estate, and these are private capital individuals, that means they're investing their own money. So by observing these people, I've realized that there's some pretty common traits that come along. They are intentional. We all remember the old Aesop's fable, right? The tortoise and the hare. Well, the tortoise is not supposed to win, right? He's slower, he's a little bit uglier. Sorry if any of you went to Maryland and you're a Terrapin. I used to love the Maryland Terrapin, so I was waiting for that one. But you know, the hare should win. He's faster, more cunning, more talented, but kind of lazy in a way, and also has this brash bravado where he just assumes victory. Well, the tortoise slowly plods along. And great investors, again, like I said earlier, it's not a get rich quick and out. It is a get rich slow business. We're in the crockpot business. And so being intentional, seeing that finish line way down in the distance, and marching forward step by step. Just a few weeks ago, I closed on a transaction with a lady that she surprised me when she proactively said it. She's like, you know, Kyle, her name's Carol. Carol says to me, you know, I'm 74. I looked at her and I go, you look like you're much younger than that. I didn't say what age, but you look like you're much younger than that. And she's like, I know, that's why I said that to you. She had been divorced for a couple of decades now, lost one of her first apartment buildings to her ex in the divorce, but then bought in the 90s. And a couple of weeks ago, she was closing on her second property that she decided to buy. And you kind of think, why is a 74-year-old going to be reinvesting? I mean, she's kind of late in the game. A lot of people talk about people retiring at 65, but she said, you know, I like real estate, and I've always been a plodder. That was her term, not mine. I've always been a plodder, and I plod along and just kind of find my way. And the other person at the closing table was the seller, who I have a great relationship with as well, and his name's John. John owns about 100 or so pieces of real estate, 100 units or so in Denver, and his family's generationally been in Denver for the last century. They've owned real estate. His grandfather and his father and his grandfather. John's sons and John's daughter were actually on our podcast just a few months ago in December, and John said, real estate rewards plotters. It rewards the slow and methodical, the deliberate, the person that goes to that final destination.